The other thing that you see that we have here are covers. Now these are all individual hinged lid covers for these. This is preferable. Notice there's even like a little groove in here to have your spoon sitting in here once you're set up. These are very valuable to have. Think about this. You're serving in the middle of the rush, you're busy, and you're pulling something out of one pan and you kind of spill it and it could go into another pan. Well, if you have one of these covers on there, you don't have that problem. You're not going to spill in other pans if you have a problem. The other thing, it also protects the food and helps keep the heat in. If all of this is off, all that heat rises and it doesn't do its work anymore. So we need to make sure we keep the heat contained as well as we can in here. The other aspect is we don't want to get foreign particles into this. It is possible that things can go airborne or drop from the ceiling or other things and drop in the food. Then we have a contaminant. Please stay away from using plastic wrap or aluminum foil during service. If you're holding food prior to service in a hot box and you have plastic wrap or aluminum foil on it, make sure you peel it off completely before you actually set it into the well. That's very important. Again, we don't want contaminants going in here. I've been in situations where I've seen either plastic wrap or aluminum foil actually sitting in the food that's about to be served. And that's because somebody left it on there and they poked through there with their spoon or whatever to dip in and start serving. That really is not okay, and it's something we should definitely eliminate. So remove plastic and aluminum from this. Put on a nice cover like that, a nice hinged cover, and you're all set to go. It's safe, it's clean, and it's the appropriate thing to do. We do have some pans loaded here. So now we're ready to put backup food here. These are our full-size hotel pans. Again, we can do any configuration, just like we did up here. We can do 6 pans, third pans, half pans, whatever it is. So that way you're pulling a full pan out and putting it in where it goes. What we don't want to do is refill pans that are already existing. When you run out of something, you want to pull out another pan, same size, and drop it in. That's the proper way to rotate the food. Don't dump food in a hotel pan. Down bottom, the same thing. I even have a little bit of serviceware and some rags ready to go for service. And then right here on my plate shelf, I've got full-size dinner plates. I have salad or sandwich plates, and I even have some cups for soup ready for service. We had mentioned earlier there are some optional things for this. One is a heated shelf for the plates. The other is a heated cabinet for backup. That's what these switches would be used for. They're just simple on and off switches. One would be for the plate warmer and one would be for the warming drawer. But in this unit, those weren't included, so these switches are actually just not operational right now. Here's a feature I want to show you. This is a magnetic sign. It's easy to pull on and pull off. This is great for theme nights and different events. You can also have your company logo on here, whatever you want. Just get with your Lakeside representative and they can help you design and specify whatever type of magnetic side that you want to put on it. But this is a nice way to dress up the cart and use it for different purposes. Another thing I want to point out, so I was showing this before, this is kind of a menu holder. You can either have display menus on here and kind of point that out to the guests so they can actually see and read what the menu is, but it could also be used for a tablet. So if I am the server and I want to look up somebody, I can actually take an order right here with a tablet, and then I can process the order and then serve the food to the resident at that point, having already captured what that person is going to eat in the software of my app here. It can move around, swing around, and get stored. It can be taken apart and not used if you're not going to use it for a certain event or a meal. So the next step now is to load this up with food, get it ready for our meal service, and we're going to show you how to serve it in the dining room.